Hello and welcome to Pardon My German for a short personal message to my viewers. As some of you have already asked if I am fine, well, truth be told, I'm not. Currently, I'm unfit to work as I'm going through a fairly difficult period of depression. That's a condition I once suffered from nearly exactly 30 years ago. And for the past 25 to 30 years, I thought this would remain a singular experience in my lifetime. But unfortunately, I was wrong. Over the past 2 or 3 years, I gradually lost what in French is called joie de vivre, the joy of life. And as it got worse and warning signs were visible, people closest to me noticed them, told me I was getting grumpy and frustrated. Alas, I didn't want to listen and maintained that everything was fine when it really wasn't. Now, in case you have been confronted with this condition, and if you'd like to share some suggestions on how to deal with it, please leave a comment down below. And generally, any word of encouragement is more than just welcome. And as a word of caution, should you ever notice such changes in your behavioral patterns, or other people close to you alert you about such, please don't repeat my mistake. Seek help and counsel as quickly as possible, for, as I just realized, the longer one hesitates, the more difficult it gets to recover. I think that working on this channel is one way to help me get back to my old self, as is all your feedback, of course, and your support. For the time being, I will reduce my activities to one upload a week, though, always on Wednesday evenings at 1900 o'clock Central European Time. These uploads will always come in form of a premiere, and it would be lovely if you could spend some of your precious time to watch these videos in my company. To give you a brief overview of what to expect in the coming weeks, there will be a pair of videos on the former West German capital of Bonn, one on the city center, the other one covering sites on the outskirts of town. The latter will include some coverage of our former political center, including our parliament's plenary building and the old waterworks, where our lawmakers convened while the before-mentioned plenary building was under construction. Then there will be a video on the Siebengebirge, which literally means the seven mountains. There's actually more than seven, at the northern tip of the Rhine Gorge, including, of course, the famous Drachenfels, aka Dragon's Rock. And you will hear an episode from my life in which a head of government took some interest in my personal health and well-being. Just recently, I made a lengthy excursion to the lovely town of Monschau, which was already introduced in my second video on the Ruhr-Eifel. On this latest occasion, I visited the museum in Monschau's famous Red House for the first time, and this was quite an experience. I also did some cross-border shopping in Maasmechelen, a town in Belgium most of my countrymen largely reduce to its outlet center. However, on this excursion, I realized there is much more to Maasmechelen than just shopping, and I consider spending a few days in a nearby hotel one day to explore the adjacent national park in more detail than I could on this visit. A fairly long video was the result of a trip to Koblenz, which I consider one of Germany's most underrated cities. It was a visit that brought back lots of memories, as for 2 weeks Koblenz was the first station of our temporary exile following the flood in the Ahr Valley in 2021. There is more brand new material that I still have to edit, such as visits to the Cologne Zoo, the Common Game Reserve, and Bonn's Museum Mile. So please stay tuned. I hope you'll enjoy the upcoming content. So, thank you very much for all your support, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care, and God bless you.